is Notsam Wrestling.
Introducing your host from New York, here is Sam Roberts.
We're here. We're at the Hammerstein. It's GCW.
Yes, sir.
And who would have thought, sitting next to me, somebody that I've known for a long time.
Last time I see this fucking guy, he had an afro, fucking sky high.
That's how you know how long ago it was.
Hey.
Grim
I seen
Reefer.
you in the street once in Manhattan. Remember that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Grim Reefer is here. What's going on, man? What's the
going
haps?
on, man? I'm just fucking enjoying this little run I'm going on, bro. Fucking loving it right now.
Well, I mean, you were part of the big the video that came out to promote the Hammerstein show. And you talked on it about how you've been in this thing for 20 years. Like, you were able to tell that story in 10 seconds. And it's like,
story,
that's it,
you know?
right?
True story. Fucking, a lot of people passed me by, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was an emotional video. Everybody had their little thing or whatever. But like I said, bro, I'm just happy to be here. I could dwell on the past or whatever, but I'm here right fucking now, you know?
How have you kept yourself in good shape? Like,
I'll tell you right now,
Yeah.
handball, bro. I'm in better shape now than I was in my late 20s and fucking 30s because of handball. I'm like a professional.
Handball?
Handball, bro. I'm fucking sick with it, bro.
like, forgive my ignorance.
Handball.
What?
Handball is, you never heard of handball?
I mean, I've heard of handball,
it's like
but
tennis with a wall and only you use your hand. You know what I
okay.
mean? So fucking that shit, you get movements all over. You're getting every movement in it. I'm sweating bullets on it. I'm feeling great, bro.
How did you get into handball?
I always played, but I stopped playing for a while, and then I needed to get in shape. And I'm not the type of guy that's gonna go on a treadmill and listen to fucking my iPod or whatever. So I need to have fun as I'm working out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying I'm in no fucking muscle man, but I'm able to fucking go as good, if not better, than when I was in my 30s. Like I said, bro.
I mean, look, the fact that you're performing on the level that you're performing, like the fact that I could watch you right in Atlantic City a month or two ago, and it looks exactly the same, if not better, than when I watched you in Rawway 10 years ago.
I think I'm a little better, bro. I got a clearer mind, good to go in life. I'm doing good, bro. You know what I mean? And another thing is, I'm gonna pat my own back, but my style, my moves were a little futuristic, so they fit right the fuck in today's game. So I don't have to fucking adjust or nothing. I can just go out there, do my old shit, which is pretty new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like, too, you're probably a pretty good advocate for, like, the cannabis industry.
There you go.
Clearly.
I'll tell you what, this fucking having my name fucked me up for a while. Like,
It did.
It hindered me for a while. But now that it's legal and everything, I'm fucking parlaying this shit and it's fucking working for me now.
Isn't that amazing that, like, there was a time when Grim Reefer, I don't know, it's all about smoking weed. Like, it's too risky.
That was it, you know
it's
what I mean?
too
Which
risky.
I understand, you know, but I don't care in the same sense either.
Was there ever a time where you were like, all right, you know what, I got to get serious about this. Maybe I can't be the Grim Reefer anymore, maybe.
Certain shows I would change it or whatever. My trainer Homicide would say, yo, you might want to change it, you know. You got a lot of people that are interested in you, but the name's fucking you up. But I had to stay true to it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's who I am. No matter who the fuck, if I call myself Joe Schmo and I come out, I'm well enough known for people to know who I am, where they're going to say Reefer. I'm not saying I'm a fucking near the best ever, where people know me all over the world, but
People know you.
yeah, I'm Reefer, bro, and that's it. I'm stuck with it.
Did you ever try anything else?
Yeah, I mean, when I worked for Rimp Wreck, they told me to change my name, but that worked for like one show. Like I said, people would just screaming Reefer, Reefer, and even the fucking ring announcer announced me as though a fucking Grim Reefer, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
So, what do you think it is? I mean, I think there's something amazing about wrestling right now, specifically.
It's
where
another boom, bro. I get
It
to
is,
live
right?
two booms right now. I caught the fucking early 2000 boom, and now this boom, and I'm very grateful for that shit, bro. I'm grateful I can still do this shit. I love it.
And you couldn't have seen it coming. I mean, in the 2010s-ish, when stuff started to dip, I don't think anybody could have realized, like, okay, just kind of fight through this and it's going to come back. Like, I'm sure there were times where you thought,
it was
this
the
is done.
shits. It was the shits for a while, you know what I mean? But now it's not, and I'm still here, and I'm fucking so grateful for it, you know?
You and Too Cold Scorpio just are
that was
still
one-
tearing the house down.
That was one of the funnest matches I ever had, bro. That's the man, Too Cold, bro. I love that guy, man. We had so much fun out there, bro.
So do you have any, like, what during that first boom, like, if you could push people towards, like, okay, this is what really helped me get my name out there, this is what made people realize, like...
I would say the original Elks Lodge, not where they're running now, but the original Elks Lodge.
In Queens?
In Queens. Once I started doing that, that was it. It was like a fucking snowball effect. Next thing you know, I'm fucking back in combat zone. Next thing you know, I'm over here. I'm fucking doing a lot of shit, man. It just took off, but it was a great time, bro.
So were you part of that generation that was kind of like coming up just as ECW was dipping down.
Yeah,
Like, I think there's a
exactly,
whole class of guys that, like, this is clearly who would have been next for
yeah,
ECW.
Absolutely, bro. That was my goals as a youngster. That's what really made me get back into wrestling. Coming home whacked, putting it on 2 o'clock in the morning on MSG. All of a sudden, you see this shit. You got a question. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
I want to get into this fucking shit, bro. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and it also, like, provides this outlet where Grim Reefer, the whole character, it's like, that doesn't exist in 90s
it was
WWE.
Tailor-made for ECW for
Right.
sure, and that's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once that went down, I was like, shit. But, you know.
So what happened? So when ECW went down, do you and kind of your class, do you guys start going and figuring out, like, okay, we got to figure out, is it going to be CZW? Is it going to be Jersey All-Pro? Do you just start figuring out what's going to be the next thing?
Yeah, I mean, we were just trying to get work, you know what I mean? And trying to get in good feds. But once Ring of Honor came around, that was basically the replacement for ECW. They took talent from, like, Jersey All-Pro, USA Pro, and whatever they seen that they like us. They used to do Doug, rest in peace, Doug, and Rob used to go to all the Indies matches, so they knew who the fuck was good and who wasn't, and they just started Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Got all the best from all around the areas, you know, and that was it. It took off.
And was there a time where you thought you were done?
Yeah, I mean,
Or you-
everybody says fucking I'm done, but there was never a time where I said publicly,
Right.
I'm finished with this shit, because I know better, bro. I seen everybody say they're finished. Nobody's ever finished, bro.
A lot of people go through a lot of
This shit'll
retirements.
finish you. You don't finish with this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll know when you're done because you can't.
Exactly.
Right, you can't do it
That's why I
anymore.
say I'm always grateful. Everybody say that. I'm just happy to be here doing it, and I'm so grateful. I'm at this fucking age. I'm not old fucking, but for this, I'm old. And the style, I'm old, yeah. And I'm just grateful I can still do it. I still do it as good, if not better, bro. You know what I mean?
There've got to be guys, especially people who come from the East Coast area, like the people who grow up and they're like, oh, like there's a group that grows up wanting to be independent pro wrestlers now, right? Because they were raised, especially like you said, in the early 2000s boom. Do you have people that you've interacted with in GCW that were like, I grew up watching you?
Yeah, forget it. Happens all the time.
It's got to be a trip.
You know what I mean? It is a trip. Guys that'll blow me out the box, you know what I mean? Telling me, yo, I fucking fucked with you back in the day, bro. Fucking this, I saw this match, that match, you know? It's crazy, bro.
Who got you into it? Who made you want to be a wrestler?
Well, I was always into wrestling, bro. I mean, I used to watch the A-Team when I was like fucking 4 years old or whatever. And my sister said, yo, Mr. T's in the other room. I mean, on TV in the other room. He's in the fucking ring. I ran out of there. Piper was kicking the shit out of him. I didn't give a shit about Mr. T. It was all about Piper, you know what I mean? And that's what got me into the wrestling. Then when I became a teenager, I fucking hit the streets hard or whatever, you know what I mean? And I just said, fuck wrestling.
Uh-huh.
A couple years later, my boy's like, yo, they opened, I know you used to fuck with wrestling. They opened up a wrestling school on 101st Avenue. Fucking right near me, you know? I said, what? Let me check that out. That's where I met Bobby Lombardi and Doghouse and everybody. And I said, yo, I'm with it. Fucking, as soon as I got in there, Bobby threw me in there with 2 fucking big muscle heads and they just kicked the shit out of me for like a half hour. But I was fucking instantly hooked. And I was a good bumper from off the bat. My elbows were a little fucking shot, but once I got out of the way, I was a good bumper, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, you know, you come from a place like it's rough for you for a while, taking bumps and stuff. This is something that you could deal with.
Yeah, exactly. If you made it through the Doghouse, you were ready to take on whatever the fuck was out there.
Yeah.
Bro. They were worried about us, you know what I mean? Because we had to go through hell. You got real beatings out there, bro. Like fucking, I wrestled low-key, you know, fucking, and I was green as grass.
Yeah.
Worst thing that could happen, be like, yeah, the Reefer's going over. And that's when I was like, fuck. But it was rough. I mean, even the fucking practices were rough, bro. We were bumping on cement fucking like maniac. The Doghouse would not last these days, bro. People were just getting fucking ran through, bro. Like, you know, you wouldn't throw away money like we did, bro. But we just weeded out who the fuck was a pussy and who could handle it. Just like the old school. You know?
Yeah. When you say throw away money like that, do you mean like...
Nowadays, you know, I have a little school going on 98th Street in Jamaica, Coliseum Toe Gym if you want to be a wrestler. But, what was I saying? Fucking,
You're plugging your shit. No, you were talking. I was asking you about throwing away money.
Yeah. You don't want to like.
How do you
You
mean?
don't want to just kick somebody's ass and then next thing you know he quits. You know what I mean?
Right. You want him to keep
So you're
coming
throwing
in.
away the money.
Yeah.
You gotta try to get as much as you could and try to teach them the right way. Like,
Right.
guys, the shit is different now. I ain't looking to kick nobody's ass to see if they're tough. I'll be able to tell if they're tough, and you'll be able to tell if they come back. You know?
Yeah.
And if they love this shit.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. I feel like the times have changed where people realize like there is a currency to people going, you know what, that guy taught me, and and now I'm a star, but I've always got his back. Like, he treated me right versus, like, the old days when it was like, that guy taught me and he kicked the shit out of me. He was an asshole. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
It's the truth. It's the truth, bro. Straight up.
Yeah. So who are you, when you look at stuff like GCW or wherever, are there guys that you look at now like, wow, that's an impressive.
Basically all of them.
Yeah.
If whoever's in here, bro, like, you can never question, is this guy good? You know what I mean? Because he wouldn't be here if he wasn't no good. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
So when Brett tells you, Brett Lauderdale, who runs GCW, when he tells you, yeah, we're going to run the Hammerstein, are you thinking like, okay, I've heard a lot of things from a lot of promoters, we'll see?
No,
or are you like, this is...
I believed it, bro.
Yeah.
I believed it because they're on such a run. You know what I mean? They're on fire right now, bro. This is like the new ECW, but with their own splash to it. You know what I mean? This is something special right here, bro. Like I said, just glad to be here, bro. Fucking excited about this shit.
And on pay-per-view too. That's a big deal. What are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm in the scramble, right? That's my forte right there, the scramble. You know what I mean? I'm looking to light something up.
Yeah.
Go on cloud 9, which I call the top turnbuckle right there. Sit there, light it up, and then boom, jump off cloud 9 with a flip.
Boom.
And hear the crowd go fucking nuts. It's not like it, bro.
And I do. I've heard it. I've heard it for years. They go nuts every time. So, like, is your recovery time the same as it used to be? Do you feel things worse now than you used to?
I do feel it. I mean, if I get injured, not a big injury, but a little fucking thing, it'll take a little longer to heal. But like I said, I'm in better shape, better condition with the handball and everything. It is January right now, so I'm only playing twice a week indoors. You know what I mean? But summertime's my time where I'm just a maniac, you know what I mean?
At handball. Yeah. So is handball big in like your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Like you grew up with it?
Yeah, in New York it's huge, bro. It's huge.
Yeah. I guess we played like, growing up in school, we played butts up, where you throw the tennis ball at the wall. It's similar, right?
No, I mean, people sleep on it. Like, you gotta be everything, bro. You gotta have athletic ability. It's like a chess match, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like tennis, where you get baiting people in. Me, I bump more on the handball court than anything. I'm doing flips in the air, hitting the ball, rolling, landing on my feet. People are like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Yeah. Well, if this stuff doesn't work out, you just start that professional handball
league.
It's
not like NBA where there's no millions of dollars in that shit, but it's good, bro.
That does suck, fun. Man. Like, to get really good at a sport.
I am not the best.
There's no
I'm nowhere
money.
Near the best in the world, but I'm up there.
Is there but are you aware of the people that are the best?
Yeah,
Is there
it's a community. Everybody knows each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to play at. You got to be the best in the world. That's got to be your job.
Yeah.
Which is the catch-22. Sort of like
how do you make it your
job? I already got one shitty paying job as an indie wrestler. I don't need two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got one job that doesn't pay. I don't need another one. So what? Yeah. I mean, if you're a professional handball player, what does that look like? Are there
there's tournaments and everything. I won a tournament on last summer. But there's people, you get sponsored, you go to all, it's not $1 million sport, but if you're good, there's a little bunch of guys that are the elite that'll get travel to get sponsored by Red Bull and shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's the beauty of 2022 as well. It's the beauty of the time we're in now, that I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that where it's like, if you can get that niche fan base, you can get a business around it. You can do it. Like, you don't need the whole world to be locked into it all the time, right?
Definitely, bro.
I mean, that's how a show like this happens. That like,
it's crazy. I know.
You know, that you pass
crazy,
around.
Sammy, wow.
What were you thinking when you walked in this afternoon and you saw it and you're like, this is
soaking it up, bro?
Yeah.
That's one thing I really didn't do when I was younger, is soak anything up. Now I find myself soaking all these events up. You know, what I mean? All these moments up.
Well, I guess.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you find that like you take less for granted as you get older, because you're like, you know what, things go away.
You know nothing lasts forever in this world. You're a lot smarter to everything in life. You know what I mean? You just know nothing lasts forever.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is one of those things. Like, you walk into the Hammerstein to do this show, and it's like, as you look around, it doesn't matter what happens after this. Like, they can never take it away.
No,
like,
exactly.
This is
Can't take it
when
away.
you get up on that rope, and you light it up, and you flip out of cloud 9.
There you go.
That's forever now. That's a thing
it's etched in stone.
Yeah,
bro.
forever.
Etched in stone.
You can tell grandkids one day. You could be the old man on the block telling kids, like,
I'm the old man on the block. Bro, I miss you though, Sam, bro. We had some good times back then, bro. I used to bust your balls about Howard Stern and shit.
Yeah, you did. In Jersey All-Pro. What's the difference between the culture of East Coast indies from then until now?
Well, it's similar but different. Like when I first got brought back to GCW, I think it was Asbury Park in 2018, and I walked out there. I was like, whoa, this fucking something familiar. It was like going in a fucking time machine and getting dumped off in the fucking early 2000s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, with a different, it was even better, bro.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even better, bro. It's just they give you so much energy, bro. And I love collecting energy, bro.
It really is. Like, people who haven't seen these shows live, like, I've been to every...
Too Cold, bro.
Yeah.
He came in through the back. He didn't see the crowd yet. You know what I mean? And we're in gorilla position. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? This shit reminds me of ECW.
Yeah.
I said, I told you, bro. This shit is fucking crazy.
And that's
out
true.
Here, bro.
And I mean, all you have to do is look at the entrances. If you go back and watch that match and Too Cold comes out dancing and stuff, and there's
like
1,500 people
there.
Yeah,
there, bro.
Yeah.
Watching Apollo dance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out or Rocky Toe, whatever the fuck it was. But it was crazy, bro.
It's amazing. So, like, I mean, are you in a position now where you still sit there and go, like, one day I'll do this, one day I'll do that, or do you go?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I want to try to make it as far as I could. I got enough years in Local 3 where I'm good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can freeze my car and make it happen and come back like it was nothing. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to take this as far the fuck as I could, bro. I don't care if it's fucking whatever, bro. I want to take it as far as I could, for sure.
Has there been anybody that's, like, come up to you and gone like, yeah, I'm a fan, or I was a fan, or I've watched you for years or whatever, that you're like, oh my God, like I can't believe that you are even aware of what I've been doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to come off the head, but there's been a lot of times like that where I was shocked this person even know who the fuck I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't think of it really.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing with wrestling, right, is that so many people, regardless of, like, you can be in WWE and you're still there because you're a wrestling
a lot of guys
fan,
that made it famous, like after the fact, you know what I mean? Knew who I was from when they weren't famous, going to indie shows and shit. Like, wow, this guy fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of instances, bro. I've been surprised that people know who I was, bro. Like when I went to LA, I was fucking nervous that these people ain't gonna know me because I never even been on the West Coast of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I went out there, first I had an inkling they did because Ninja Mac's like, yo, he was doing his autographs or whatever. He's like, yo, his fans keep asking for you, bro. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's a good sign, you know?
That's a good
Walked
sign.
out there, it was fucking big reaction. Fucking killed it. It was fucking great, bro. I would love to go back there, man.
I mean, but because now is the perfect time for your character. Like now is the time. It's all positive. It's all like, I love that this guy's just coming out there and being himself and everything, and not hurting anybody except for the guy that he's in the ring with. Like
there you go.
It's good. Well, I mean, what's after this, man? Or is there doesn't?
I just GCW's like.
Yeah.
What else could I get? That's better than this. Honestly, bro. Honestly, like this is fucking.
You'd be a fool to ask for more.
I've been turning down a lot of promoters.
Oh, really?
Nowhere near GCW, but I'm just looking not to do anything and burn myself out. I don't want to keep fresh for this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love this shit.
I mean, and that's the way it was when you think about back in the days of ECW. There were plenty of guys on those shows that weren't working.
Yeah.
If it wasn't ECW, and
I mean,
that wasn't.
If I was a youngster, I'd be parlaying this and getting, you know, but I know how it is, and I know I don't want to get burnt out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sell myself out for money.
Right.
Like I could be making a killing or whatever, just doing the fucking circuit, but I'm not gonna, bro.
Because you'd rather show up at these shows
to me, you know?
Yeah. And make this. I mean, legacy. You start thinking about that, right?
I mean,
legacy.
if it stopped today, and the game changer, I never wrestled. I'll always be grateful, and I always cherish this, bro. Like it would be a great end. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? I would not like it to end. I want to keep going. But
that'd be better.
If it did, I'm all right with that.
Well, I can only hope that tonight, the same way there were people that would come home 2 o'clock in the morning, watch ECW. I mean, people are going to pass this around. You know, people are going to be on their TV tonight looking at their cable guide going like, what's this wrestling pay-per-view? I'll check this out. And like, you know, I mean, this is...
A lot of new fans, too, you know what I mean? Fans that never seen this shit before, you know what I mean?
Does that bug you out when you see, like, young people and, like...
a lot when fans say, it's the first time I saw you, man. Fucking... You
wild, right?
Yeah, but, all right. I love that shit, man.
You start looking, you see, like, 12-year-olds in the crowd that, like, you weren't born when I started.
Exactly. I remember seeing a grandmother once saying, Reefer. That's why I looked up all the time. I see this fucking golden girl in the fucking audience. I was like, oh, shit, bro. That's crazy, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
I got to tell you, I know that how I am so happy for you when I see you not only still doing this thing, but, like, doing it at the level that you're doing it. That's how I felt when I saw you in Too Cold. I don't know that I'd seen you in a match since, you know, the old days, and I was like, Oh, is it?
didn't know what
and
to
when
expect.
when I watched you, I was like, it made me happy. It made me happy to see not only that you're still doing it at the level that you're doing it, but the fan response. And it's there, man. It's there, and I'm glad.
Fans love me. I'm the ultimate underdog, bro. I'm one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
one of them.
And it's not a lie. When you're on that video and you're like doing this for 20 years, I've seen friends pass me by. Like, that's a story. A lot of us have lived through that, and it's like you just have to keep fighting, keep going, keep fighting, and all of a sudden, another wave catches you.
That's it.
It's an amazing time. I appreciate it, man. It's good catching up with you.
Love you, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.